going to give it 1 minute here. I did have somebody signed in for the class. It doesn't look like they are on yet, so I'll just give it 1 more minute here, and then if they don't sign in, I'll just go ahead and do the recording for you guys. I don't see anybody jumping on, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started with the recording. And then if somebody jumps on, they can go ahead and just join us in. So go ahead and come to a comfortable seated position. You can use a bolster if you have one, or a folded up blanket to just be comfortable here. And give yourself a nice big stretch, breathing in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Roll the shoulders back and down. Sit up nice and tall, sitting up on the sits bones or the bottom of your pelvis. Lengthen through the back and spine and the back of the neck. And close your eyes or gaze softly at the floor. Just take a moment to settle in. Feel your body supported. Bring your awareness to your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Bringing the breath down into the abdomen. Just noticing if you feel tension anywhere in your body. Maybe send your breath there and give your body permission to let go. And gently open your eyes and take your right arm, and on your next inhale, bring your right arm up overhead, and on your exhale, gently back down. Inhale, reach up and overhead, and exhale, gently float it back down. Inhale up, and this time as you come up, hold that arm overhead and take some nice deep breaths down into that right side of your body. Feel your breath coming into the belly, up into the ribs, and up into the armpit, just creating some space in that side. And then exhale, bring it back down. And then to the left side. So inhaling that left arm up and over. Exhaling, gently float it back down. Inhaling up and over. Exhaling, float it back down. This time, as you come up, go ahead and hold. Take deep breaths in and out through the nose, bringing the breath all the way down into the belly. Nice deep breaths. Bring it all the way up into your armpit. And then on the next exhale, bring that arm back down to your side. And then slide your bolster or any props that you have out of the way, and we're going to come down onto all fours. On your inhale, drop the belly, lift the head and tailbone towards the ceiling. On the exhale, curling the back up towards the ceiling, pushing the tailbone and the head towards the floor. Inhale, drop the belly down. Exhale, arching up into a cat. Inhale down. Exhale, arching up. The next time you come down, hold here. Inhale through center, and then as you exhale, swing those hips over towards the right, and then drop the ear down towards the shoulder, but keeping the length through the neck, creating a little C with the back. Inhale through center, and then exhale, drop to the left side. Nice deep breaths all the way down into the belly. Inhale back to center when you're complete on both sides. On the next inhale, bring that right arm and bring your elbow up towards the ceiling on the inhale. On the exhale, come back down to center. And then go to the left side. So on the inhale, lifting the elbow, exhale, coming back down to center. Nice and slow movement, inhaling all the way down into the belly, exhaling back down. If it feels okay on your neck and shoulders, on your next time you come to the right, you can go ahead and extend that arm all the way up, bend at the elbow, and then come back down. And then the left side, elbow up, inhale, lengthen, bending, and then coming back down. Back to the right. And back to the left. And holding here, once you're complete on both sides, curl those toes under, press into the knuckles on your hands, press your hands away from your body, and then press your hips back towards the back of the room, coming up into a downward dog. Keeping a bend in the knees. The heels do not need to come all the way to the ground. Just think about lengthening through the spine here. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Let the neck move around. Breathing into your belly. Pressing into the hands, pressing into the feet. And then walk those feet up to meet your hands. And slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll your body up to standing. Once you come to standing, let's start with some shoulder rolls. Nice big shoulder rolls, rolling out any crinklies in your back. And then pause and roll them to the front. And then swing those arms side to side, alternating which arm comes in front, and be nice and loose in the knees here. Maybe give it a little bounce. And we can move them up overhead and move them back down. Put the hands on the hips and step those feet just a little bit wider apart and bring in some hip circles here, being nice and loose in those knees and scraping those hips like you're scraping around a barrel, bringing them all the way around. Keeping the knees soft. Just notice the massage you're giving your feet. And then pause and go the opposite direction. And then pause. Bring the feet back in and we'll start with some marches. So bringing those knees up and then swinging out the opposite arm. It's good for your coordination. Just be nice and loose here. And then coming back to center. Finding your mountain pose with the feet hip width apart. Roll those shoulders back, pulling the shoulder blades towards the spine, keeping the knees nice and soft. And then on your next inhale, just gently begin to come up on those toes. And as you exhale, drop back down. Nice and gentle. Inhaling up, exhaling, coming back down. Try and pair your movement with your breath here. So as you inhale, bring it up, up, up. You can add on some arms. And then for the full length of the exhale, lowering back down. You can bring the arms halfway, maybe all the way. It's normal to stumble around a little bit. So if you lose your balance, that's okay. That's a normal part of the process. And coming back down. Bring the right leg in front of the left, and we'll start. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. Start with some rocks, front and back. And feel around for where those hips feel like they're square to the front of your mat. Your feet should be like they're on train tracks, so not directly behind each other. Kind of out to the side. And then land the feet with both toes facing towards the front. The back toe is going to be out, maybe 45-degree angle, slightly turned out to the side. Bring the hands to the hips and then bend and straighten through that front knee. Keep the shoulders back, pelvis with the tailbone facing towards the ground. Lengthening through the neck. And then the next time you come into that bend, hold. And then inhale those arms up and overhead. Take a few breaths. Breathing in through the nose, down into the belly. Inhale, reach up. And on your exhale, tipping from the hip and leading with the chest, begin to come forward, just as far as your body will let you go, without dropping those shoulders down. Inhale the arms back up. And exhale, lean forward, press those hands back behind you. Inhaling up. And exhaling, press back. The next time you come down, go ahead and hold. Pressing into both feet. Press the tailbone back away from your body and the crown of your head, like they're trying to pull apart from each other. Lengthen through the neck. And then release. And step that foot up a little bit, give it a little bit of extra space here. And then coming up onto the right leg with the arms in the same position, back. See if you can balance on that front leg and just lift that back leg off the ground just a little bit. If you look down at the floor or spot on the floor, helps with your balance. And then release back down. Give it a little shake. And then we'll come into the other side. So this time, left leg in the front, give it a little rock, front and back. Into those train tracks for the feet. And then go ahead and land. Hands to the hips. Press that back hip towards the front and front hip towards the back, and just square those hips off. And then bending and straightening through the front leg. And then the next time you come down, go ahead and hold. Inhale those arms up overhead. Pull the shoulder blades back and down. Slight gaze up towards the ceiling. Just keeping some length in the neck. Then inhale, reach, and as you exhale, tip from the hip, folding forward. Leading with the chest. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Keep those shoulder blades together in the back. This time, as you come down, go ahead and hold here. Lengthen out through the crown of the head. Lengthen out through the tailbone. Like you're pulling them away from each other. Check on those hips. Make sure they're square to the front. And then release up a little bit. Slide that foot up. Balancing on the left leg. And then just see if you can maybe lift that right leg up off the ground. Keeping the knees soft. Pulling those shoulder blades together in the back. Breathing into the belly. And then release back down and give it a little shake. Now let's come into some twists here. So twisting side to side, and give yourself a little tap. Tapping the back, kidneys. Be nice and loose in those legs, lifting the opposite heel as you twist. And then we're going to work our way down. Nice and big. Take up all the space you can. And then coming down, one knee at a time. Sitting off onto one side. Bringing those legs out in front. And then nice and slowly rolling down onto your back. As you come down to your back, bring your feet to the floor. And pick up those hips and slide them just maybe an inch or two over towards the left. And then hug those knees in and drop the knees to the right. And then as you drop them to the right, bring those arms out in a T position. And breathe. If it feels okay on your neck, you can look back towards that left hand. If it does not feel good on your neck, then just look up at the ceiling. Breathing deeply into the ribs, down into the belly. And then on your next inhale, bring those knees up to center. Set the feet down on the ground and switch the hips over towards the right, just about an inch or two. And then hug those knees in and drop them to the left. And again, you can look out over that right arm, the opposite arm, if it feels okay on your neck. Nice deep breaths. And hug those knees back into your chest. And set your feet down and adjust your hips so you're back in the center. And bring your right knee into your chest and then straighten that left knee down towards the ground. Keeping both feet flexed. Keeping the legs active, breathing. And then reaching across with the left arm on the right knee. Just bring that knee a little bit across the midline here. You can bring your right arm out in a T position. And you can kind of move the leg up and down here and feel around for what feels best. And we're trying to get this muscle right here in the hip. So just keep those feet flexed, activate through the legs. And then hug that knee back into your chest. Slide that right leg down and bring the left knee into your chest. Again, flexing both feet and keeping the legs active. Breathe down into the belly. And then reaching across with that left or right arm onto the left leg, bringing the knee across the midline, and then reaching that left arm out to the side. Nice deep breaths. And hug that knee in, stretch it down to the floor and reach those arms overhead and give yourself a nice full body stretch here. So opening and closing the hands, bending and straightening the feet. Maybe reaching out and splaying those toes. Take a big breath in through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth. Inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, bring those arms down and out by your sides. And give those legs just a little shake and let them fall wherever they fall. Pull the shoulder blades down and just find a comfortable, relaxed position here. And close your eyes. Let your body be heavy into the floor. Feel any tension that you may be having in your body. And just let it melt away down into the floor. Relax your head and your face. Soften down through your neck and your shoulders. Let your arms be heavy into the ground. Be aware of the space in your chest. Down through your abdomen. Let the hips be relaxed and splayed out. Let the legs relax and the feet. Relax any tension in the back of the pelvis. in the back. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Feel your breath coming into all the spaces in your body. Just letting go of any tension. And then gently begin to deepen the breath. Bring in some gentle movement, wiggling the fingers and toes. Let the head be heavy. Give it a little rock from side to side. And when you're ready, rolling over onto one side into the fetal position. And just take a moment and thank yourself for practicing today. And then sitting up into a seated position and bringing your hands to prayer. Om Shanti, peace. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. May there be peace in our hearts. May there be peace in our minds. May there be peace in our bodies. And may there be peace in the words that we speak. And take a moment to bow to honor that light in yourself and honor the light in others. Namaste.